Because after the Second World War, thousands of Italian men came to this country to take jobs in the brickworks around Bedford. And many stayed and made new lives for themselves in the area.
The John Bunyan Museum in Bedford has launched a project to record the memories of those workers who came from Italy and other nations and made the bricks used to rebuild Britain after the war. Stuart Lease has this report.
89-year-old Marco Vagliviello was one of thousands of Italian men who moved to Bedford in the 1950s. They came to work in brickworks like this one at Stuartby, which closed in 2008. And they made the bricks used to rebuild Britain after the Second World War.
I was very happy indeed to work, nice people, and that's what I want. I want a job, I got a job, okay.
Now the John Bunyan Museum in Bedford wants to record their experiences for an exhibition being held later this year.
The brickworks are a really important part of the heritage of Bedford because they really made Bedford what it is today. So you had huge numbers of people coming from around the world, coming to Bedford for a particular purpose.
It wasn't just Italians who moved here for jobs in the brickworks around Bedford. Mohammed Iqbal came from Pakistan in 1965.
It was hard work. It was hard work. Those people who work there, they've done marvelous job to build this country. Honestly, if you believe that, and everywhere this bricks is coming from our hands, and they've done a wonderful job.
Libby Leonetti's father also moved over from Italy in the 1950s and got a job in the brickworks, and Libby also worked there as a teenager.
I think it's a very important part of our British history, and also how we welcomed, I don't know if we could call them migrant workers, but people who came over from other countries who had nothing, that came here and gave their everything for this country, really.
With many former brickworkers now in their 80s and 90s, the museum wants to make sure their memories of moving here to work for the London Brick Company are preserved. Stuart Leith, ITV News, Bedford.
Right, and then